Okay, today we're going to take the front clip off. So, for those who don't know, the front clip is all the sheet metal in the front of the car. So we got the fenders on each side, the front valance, the grills, radiator support. Everything just comes off as one assembly. Got the inner fender shields off already. If those were still on, those would come off at the same time. I took those off earlier to get the cylinder heads off. So for detachment, we've got bolts down right there, 5/8. It's all that holds the sheet metal to the front of the car. There's one on each side here, and there's one down here on this side. There is a fender to cowl bracket right here that I have to detach. There is a 1/2-inch nut right there, and then down here at the bottom of the fender, there's one right there that comes out. And then inside the car, where the kick panel would be, right here, and around the corner, I got one right there and one right there. So got to get those four nuts or bolts off the fenders, and then the two at the front. So the four on each side, the two at the front, and the bracket. So I think we'll get to it. We got the bumper off already. That's basically step one, just to get the bumper off. I've got the rad support frame nuts are loose, so they'll come off pretty quick, and we'll get started on these brackets and these fender they call screws in the shop manual. So should be pretty straightforward. Instructions are right here, and I've blacked out the things that don't apply to this car. If it had the front mounted under hood heater and fan and all that stuff, that would be in that. And of course I've already got the radiator off and the coolant out and all that. So yeah, I think we'll get to it. Plan is hopefully take it off, and then we're going to stand it up over here beside Sandy. Right there, I got a couple 1x4s laid out, so we're going to stand it up on this surface here. We're going to stand them on those boards there, stand them up there. I don't have a lot of room in the shop. I don't have a lot of room from the front of the car to the wall. So once I get it detached, got to get it over there somehow in one piece. So wish me luck. We'll get at her. Let's go. And I got this one at the top of the fender. One hand, don't have a lot of leverage, but and this one down here, it's probably a different size. All right, so we're gonna get the front clip off tonight. We're gonna take the remaining two 5/8 bolts out from underneath. Got it. These are 1/2 inch down here, two of them. Not using power tools, using hand tools. I want to feel the bolts. I have had great success so far with this car getting fasteners undone. The only two I really had issues with were the inner fender shields, and I used an impact on that to get them off, and I broke them off. They're not in a crazy critical place, so I'm not that worried about those, but yeah, those are loose in there. Okay, front clip is just about ready to rip, tater chip. Wiring harness is too much of a word for it, really. There's the headlight and the horn wiring. These two into the generator. I've replaced these wires already. Then I've got the starter relay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the battery cable. That's everything for the front of the car. From the firewall forward, that's all the wires right there, which is pretty cool. Everything is so analog. It's not, there's nothing digital or electronic about this car whatsoever. It's just Art Deco, steampunk, basic electrical components. So pretty cool, and easy to take apart. So I pulled that front lighting and horn wiring harness through. You can see the brittleness of the wire. I had to bend these ones to get them through the grommet, and the insulation just basically dissolved in my hands. So all of this whole wiring harness is going to need to be replaced. But that's okay. I kind of anticipated that. But we'll keep it together for now, just so we remember where everything went. Not that I can see the colors on there anymore, so. 70-year-old wiring, what do you expect, right? And there's the horn ones right there. Okay, front clip is free, but it's fairly heavy. So we're gonna get a couple extra bodies in here. All right, front clip is coming off, baby. So we are completely disconnected. So like this all comes off together, right? So we're gonna take it off and we're gonna walk it over here around the corner. The frame only comes out to like here, so shouldn't be too difficult to walk around here. And then when we get it here, we're gonna stand it up so the hood side will face out. So we'll just kind of walk it over here and stand it up. Okay. I'm pretty sure I got everything. So yeah, so we'll lift it straight up first just to get it clear of the those mounting bolts. You're gonna have to go straight up over the tire, I think, Kevin. Okay. Kevin, that wrench is gonna be in the way there. That's why Junior's here. Drink it up. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's just put it over here. We'll rest it on its nose. Can you get out of there, bud?
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
The business end. So that engine should be a little easier to pick out of there now.
Yeah.
My crank bolt is coming loose. So that's how much I got. They move a fair bit, but they're just stopping because those pistons are locked in there. The rods are moving, distributor is moving, camshaft is moving, the lifters are moving, but they just hit that spot and then we're done. If I move my toolbox out of the way, I didn't know how much room I'd have here until I actually got that clip off, you know, because now I've got way more room. Yeah. Well, when I took the front bumper off, I gained this much space and it was easier. And then now I got a good 3 feet here now. But I still gotta go up and this way to disconnect from the transmission. And then I only have to raise it this high now instead of having to raise it over the fender, right? Well, there's some guys that do them with these cherry pickers out of lifted trucks, like they're pulling them 5 feet in the air before they clear the rad, right? But this, I only have to go up 2 feet. You know, you have to raise the engine to about here and it'll come off. So I'm thinking I'll move my toolbox out of the way and I'll put my picker here and then that's it. Just pick it off from the side.
Yeah, from the side.
Is my thinking, right? I don't know what the condition of the car was when it was parked, so I'm having
You're lowering your expectations.
maybe lowered expectations and maybe the image that I had of this car when my uncle had it, that he just, you know, because my uncle was mechanically inclined. He had a mechanic shop. He was an electronics mastermind. I just envisioned him having this car like my Miata that just got parked and never came back for it, right? I'm finding out that isn't quite the case.